Get in, nerds. We are playing Hearts of Iron 4. We are running the US once again, and we are close to Berlin at this point. I'm generally really happy with the way things have gone, but it's time to get some new orders together. So, where do we want to strike next? I think we want to push the front close to Berlin, and then clear out Schleswig-Holstien up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the armored forces moving forward like so. I'm going to get the infantry forces moving up like so. And do I have the ability to click and drag this? No, I do not. So actually, we're going to have that be that same front, but we're going to include a push into Kiel here. That's going to give us what we want, and we're still moving forward with the Marines over here. I've queued in some infrastructure and stuff, so I'm just going to unpause and let the day tick over so that I can get a visual to what's going on. Cool. Resources sorted themselves out. We do have air superiority here in the Alpine region. We have air superiority here in southern Germany, air superiority here in northern Germany. And we are doing strategic bombing here in eastern Germany. I know I've got these units on only nighttime bombing, but I'm going to switch to both, and we'll see how that goes. Let's see. And then I've got my two armies on their way over from the United States, and they'll be over here shortly. So I think we're going to go ahead and start going here. We're going to give these armies some time to plan. I did buy Mark Clark, the infantry expert trait. Just get some of these supply hubs fully motorized so that I'm getting all the supplies that I need here in these zones. Obviously, supply is really difficult, but that's okay. I also queued in some upgrades to the railroads over here to make pushing into Torino easier, although it seems like I might not actually end up needing that. Because we might be able to be just in Torino in a second, and that might be just wonderful. Because if we can get to Torino, then we can get the supply hub there, and that will be just perfect. Great. And that's really going to help the supply over on the Alpine front. So that's perfect. I'm still going to build that stuff because, you know, I'm the United States. I build infrastructure whenever I wish. So how's the advance going here? We're still working on getting our planning up. And then Mark Clark's army, we're basically there with a lot of units, but some of them are not quite in position yet. I think we'll give it a few more days to plan before we get fully going here, and I think we'll just let that go. There's no rush with this. The Soviets have got a lot of formerly Soviet territory to cross before they're a threat to us. So a threat to our hegemony over Germany, that is. So let's take a quick look at the war situation and see. Are there any other minors? Bulgaria is a minor. Alright, so we've got a lot of ways to go. I'm actually shocked that Vichy France is not capitulated yet. I don't know what they're still holding. Let's go ahead and rework our supply situation here. Did I not build a railroad there? I might be still building it. Yes, I'm still building it. It should only be a few more days, though. And then we'll be in Tunis, because as you can see, our supply in this theater of operations is quite bad. But hopefully, again, we'll get these railways built. And these should be built within a few days. And then we'll be able to get everything we need from a supply perspective. Alright, these are connected. Tunis we're actually already holding, which is pretty rad. So, let's go ahead and grab this army. we're going to scrap this front, and we're going to set a front over here. And we're just going to set that going, because now we've got plenty of supplies to push forward with. We've almost linked up fronts here in Italy. That was really, really fast. Much faster than I could have anticipated. I mean, I could have anticipated, but much faster than I had anticipated. And these armies are mostly got their planning bonuses up, so let's hit the go button in Germany. So hopefully we can link up with our forces over in northern Italy, and then we'll be able to have a nice, solid encirclement of Axis troops kind of in the eastern Po River Valley here. A lot of writings about warfare say that basically if you want to win a war, if you want to win an invasion of Italy, you got to come in from the top. There's no... this whole thing should not have worked. Now, obviously, in our case, it did. Let's get our supply hubs motorized over here. But, you know, it's one of those things. One of those truisms. I'm going to mostly keep watch over here because we're going to be... We are making a lot of good progress. These are victories. We are pushing forward. But obviously Germany's got a lot of troops up here, which this makes sense because they're defending Berlin and all their core territory. Cool. Nailed some more French troops. We are progressing forward. We've now got the supply hub here. Feeling extremely confident about this whole situation. This unit can actually get going over this way. Because if you can get into Constantine behind these other units, we can have ourselves a beautiful little encirclement here. Obviously they'll be able to evacuate via Annaba, but we'll find out. Are there enemies in Constantine? No. No, there are not. Oh, yes, there are. It's okay. He'll be there before long. Do some disruption here. All right, we do have our thrust here successfully coming in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab as many armor forces as I've got available and just push north. That river is going to be potentially a problem, but I think overall we'll be able to get where we want to go without too much trouble at all. We do have air superiority. We don't have air superiority in this zone. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a few ships. A few air units. Got some long-range fighters here that we can use to get air superiority here, and then let's grab one unit of tactical bombers, and that'll just make sure that we're able to continue to move forward in good order as we press north into Schleswig-Holstien. And again, this is just to clear out some space. Oh my! Again, the Italian front proved much faster than anyone could have anticipated. We're going to grab this force than anyone anticipated. Keep saying could have anticipated. Hey, there's the capitulation of Vichy France. Wonderful. So, let's go ahead and grab this front and extend it. And we'll set the advance point there. I'm going to grab the Marine Corps and figure out what to do with them. I'm going to be able to spearhead into Bulgaria in the south here. I think that would be useful. We've got a bunch of units here, and this is our Italy, right? Yes. Alright, now we do still have enemy units at Casablanca, so we'll just grab all these units that are in the desert here. We'll assign them to an order. We'll give them an advance order. All these other units will press forward into Annaba. And this will just be to empty out this pocket. That's the core idea of what we're doing here. Because these units are going to go to the Italian front. Alright, getting there, getting there. Nice. Very good naval battle here. Is this a second naval battle? I think that's kind of two halves of the same naval battle. Alright. Beautiful. And they're down to one tank division. Tank divisions do not really defend, so that should give us everything we need. And Anaba is ours. So I'm going to go ahead and assign these units to that front up there. And these units are on their way. And they'll get there reasonably soon. Nice, nailed a couple more submarines. Alright. Let's see if we can make a Kiel Canal crossing here. Perfect. Looks like we will be able to. We don't have a huge number of divisions encircled over here, but not a tiny number either. Ooh, actually. Attention. Norway. Norway is a good country to naval invade. Yeah, I think that'll work. Cool. So what do we want? Let's have this naval invasion sail from Wilhelmshaven. We'll do the invasion in batches of 4. So we'll throw one in group in at Stavanger, one group in at Bergen, one group in at Kristiansand, and one group in at Oslo. And we'll have supporting units land near Oslo to provide additional force there as needed. And that should not take long to plan at all. So that's basically a case of planning can happen while the units are en route. Go ahead and unpause here. We do have air superiority in this zone, so that's very good. Not super worried about that. We do have air superiority in eastern Germany now. And I think now's the time to get some proper air units deployed in that air zone. So we'll go ahead and grab these fighters from over here. Go ahead and grab these bombers from here. We'll go ahead and get these fighters from here. They can fly from Wasser-Ems. And then we got one more unit of bombers here. They can go to Mecklenburg and bomb, and that should be just fine. So we have our marine units redeploying. Perfect. And they're all on their way up. Excellent. And I figure then we'll target Bulgaria. These crossings are not going as well as I would have thought, which is interesting. They're actually holding pretty well here. And we are close to Berlin at this point. They've got the supply hub here. And this one isn't active yet at Magdeburg. So let's see if we can't grab that. Alright, you're pushing in as well. We got 7 divisions there. Heck. Still, with 2 armored divisions, we are pushing in fairly successfully. Yeah, here we go. So now we've got a good shove going into Magdeburg. Hey, there we go. These armored divisions again are fantastic attackers. They're extremely hard, and that actually let me mouse over this because I think this is the So if an enemy division attacking us is unable to penetrate our armor, we'll take up to 50% less organization and strength damage. And if attacking an enemy division that can penetrate less than 50% of our armor, will do additional damage. And it's 50%. It's a scaling bonus up to 50%. So it's an extremely high bonus. Meaning these armored divisions are actually probably going to be able to shove all the way through all of these infantry units without a problem. And I know that sounds ridiculous and extreme, but that's the power of armor, even in a city setting where there's relatively tight terrain and difficult places to attack. So here we go. We got them down to 2 divisions. And they do have a unit that's trying to reinforce, but hopefully we'll be able to punch through that. Down to 1. They were able to reinforce 1 unit. That's okay. We were researching paratroopers. We'll continue to... Oh, you can get marine upgrades. And LTV upgrades. Let's do it. There's plenty to research here. In this bin. Oh, and we got another one of our divisions pushing in, so if we can just get a successful... And hopefully we can get there before the attack comes in. Why are none of my armored divisions going there? Alright, perfect. Now we're defending the zone, and that lets us get our supply situation back up to speed. Alright, perfect. Now we're attacking not over a river, or in this case a canal. That should be good to go. Marines are deployed here, and these naval invasion plans are... Oh, we don't have naval superiority. That's interesting. I assumed we would have that knocked out. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a fleet. Have I got a fleet up here? Yes, I have. Alright, perfect. You are deployed to this zone. So what's... Oh, it's that one. Alright. We'll build it in a day. Research construction 5. Nice. Alright, and let's set those units going. Meanwhile, over here, we've successfully encircled these enemy units. Oh, that's right. We haven't encircled these enemy units because Denmark is a German protectorate. I had not remembered about that. Well, okay, in that case, this is a little bit of a fool's errand. We still... Oh no, we still got a... We still got an encirclement, but there is one enemy division here. Still, I consider that basically a success. We'll go ahead and delete these 2 fronts here, and get our units assigned back to the main front. And then I'll put 3 infantry divisions over here, and the rest of our infantry will be assigned back to the main front. And now, let's go ahead and figure out our new battle plan. I feel like slicing down southward through Germany is the best way to go. So we'll build there, and then we'll have our army, our infantry force, make a broader advance in the same direction. No, actually, we'll go a little farther than that. I want to be conscientious about crossing these mountains, because I don't want to do too much of that. Have our other divisions gotten here yet? Yes, they have. Perfect. So, we'll get these units... Yep, that will destroy those other orders. Deployed up to here, a front right here, and then we'll get them planning an invasion of southern Germany. I think we can press go on this order. I thought I had already, but hindsight is 20/20. Also, these units should be in position, and they are, so Casablanca will be taken without a problem. Alright. So while those are planning, we'll micromanage the invasion of Norway. Perfect. Opposed landing here, not a shock. We do have naval invasion support here. Perfect. So these other units should be hitting fairly soon. Perfect. We got an opposed landing in Oslo. Very good. Kristiansand is go. The Yalta Conference. Seeing a joint victory against the German Reich as inevitable, the United Kingdom and the Soviet Union are looking to secure future stability in Europe. Winston Churchill, Joseph Stalin, and leaders for other countries participating in the war effort have met to agree on the fate of the German Reich. Days of negotiations have led to drawing a new map of Europe. This new European order is divided between the East and the West by the wound about to be carved through the middle of the German Reich. It remains to be seen whether this will truly lead to a lasting peace in Europe. We demanded what seemed right. So let's see what the effects of this are. Okay, it doesn't say. The Yalta Conference, really interesting event historically. Basically it was an effort to prevent some kind of kerfuffle in the middle of Europe once Soviet and Western Allied troops met here in Germany. It was a fascinating conference in really weird conditions, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, got a lot of advancing to do out of our landing grounds here in Norway. So let's hop to it. Actually. Put that unit there. We got units coming in at Bergen, and our landing units in and around Oslo are not yet landed. Let's get some medium-range aircraft, some of our heavier fighters, deployed in that zone to guarantee air superiority. Where are the rest of them? They're down here. They're working on the alpine region. Let's get these units up to Vesterams. Deploy them to southern Norway. Still not in Oslo yet. These units are spreading out. Go ahead and strike this way. These are Norwegian, yeah. And here are our troops. So both of these units supporting the Oslo invasion by land. That should make that clear out really, really easily. Landing at Bergen is a go. Historically, this is actually a really interesting campaign that happens here in the Bergen sort of general zone. But obviously, this is a global game, and you can't handle all the specifics of that in a game like this. National focus completed intervention in Europe. So, we've got a bunch of national foci we could use to make things more interesting. But honestly, I don't know that we need any of these. Warplan White would be useful in a potential war with the Soviet Union if that ends up happening. But I think at this point we can just go ahead and hold. We are going to need plenty of political power to continue to expand our forces, so let's just wait for now. Alright. So, these units have all landed. We'll go ahead and merge those fronts. And ditto these units. So we'll merge those fronts. And now our units that are in Oslo can commence invading Norway proper. All right. Whoa. goodness, look at all this. The Norwegian fascists folded. Brilliant. Well, I'm very pleased with that, then. That must be an event thing. Excuse me, what are you doing here? Huh, curious.
Move out.
So I'm going to have these units
Yes, sir.
wait here for a second.
Ready. Yes, sir.
Okay, alright. Brilliant. So, Norway has been restored to the possession of the Norwegian crown, which is very delightful. That's exactly what we wanted. So, what are some good invasion targets for naval invading Bulgaria? I think the answer is going to be... Well, I think the answer is going to be Thessalonica. Are we still holding... Yes. We are still holding Greece. Great Britain. How could you possibly still be fighting Iraq right now? Bananas. Please tell me we're not also fighting Iran. No, we're not. I should probably help Great Britain with that as well.
Yes, sir.
We're pursuing some diplomacy by the Marines here, but you know, it's fine. So we'll put a unit of 4 grabbing Athens.
Yes, sir.
A unit of 4 moving into here.
Yes, sir.
We'll grab, just to simplify things, we'll put 4 right next to Thessalonica, and then, 4 in Thessalonica, and 4 right next to Thessalonica. And then finally,
Call in.
I never did the top ones.
Attention.
Okay, hold on. Scrap that. We'll put the bottom 4
Yes, sir.
invading Athens, and then we'll grab these 8,
Ready.
and we'll have them invade Kuwait and Basra.
Yes, sir.
And that should help us finish out this war with Iraq before things get out of hand. And by things getting out of hand, what I really mean is Iraq joins a faction. Because if they, like... I don't know if that'll happen in historical, but I don't think so. Right. So at this point, our land plans should be fully planned. So let's hit the go button on those. And get those on the way. Oh, interesting. I actually can declare war on Denmark right now. I have a war goal. I know what will... I know how we'll make this happen. We'll grab this army here. Put them on the Danish front. And then we'll get an invasion planning, and I think it is certainly possible that that entire invasion will be able to be completed without, in a fully automated fashion. We don't need our superiority in this zone anymore, so we'll put them there. I got one too many wings of planes over here. Let's just relocate all of them to Hamburg. Oop, game's lagging. Alright, we're good. We're good? Didn't have a problem. We got an encirclement? We did get an encirclement. Look at this. We got a bunch of enemy troops encircled in the Alps. All right, let's get going here. Let's get going, gents. Forward. Step lively. Alright, research slot open. Let's go ahead and get the upgraded Marines, because we're still using a lot of them. We got some... Right. Let's go ahead and design our airborne division. Oh, those take a ton of... You know what? Before we do that... Oh my gosh, we've been using artillery too all this time. That was dumb of me. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and make ourselves some transport planes. It's been a minute since we've worked on aircraft. We'll go ahead and dial back. We have anything we have just an overwhelming abundance of. Nothing too mechanized. We've got a lot of mechanized. That's I'm not producing. I'm not devoting all that many factories to mechanized. I got a lot of carrier air in the pot that I'm not going to need to use all that much of. So dial that back. I'm still really leery of cutting back motorized, but I think I can live with it. How much anti-tank have we got? Oh, we got so much. Alright, so anti-tank we can definitely dial back to 2 factories, and we'll cut 1 off of motorized. And that'll give us as many transport planes as we're going to need. If we decide to do some naval invasions, or some air invasions, which I think we might. Here's another good solid heavy hit against the Regia Marina. Go ahead and get that unpaused. And let's take some time to... Hello, sir. Can you please strategically redeploy to the zone you're redeploying to? Thank you. French Scuttle Fleet, a German operation to annex Vichy France, launched earlier this week, has since been completed successfully. However, German forces were unable to take control of the naval base at Toulon before orders to scuttle the French fleet could be sent out. As such, the entire French fleet has been scuttled in order to keep it out of German hands. Was there still Vichy France? Was there still a Vichy France somewhere? Was it New Caledonia? No, that's France. This is bananas. I don't know what's going on. But that's okay. We don't need to know. We don't need to know. We're America. We're just going to bash forward and continue to bash until we've bashed all we can. Hodges' army is no longer needing to hold this whole front. So let's go ahead and grab Giro's army and have him get started on his advance as well. And we're doing a broad front advance with infantry, which is not, as the children say, a tactical genius move, but we may still be able to get what we need to get. I'm going to go ahead and press forward in this zone and see if I can't take over some of these areas. There's a bunch of forts there. I don't like that. Might still be able to get there, but if not, it's not the end of the world. We've got a lot of allied divisions locking down that area. We do have enough army experience for a doctrine. And despite having just said I want to do a big division template for my air units, I think I might still not. Gonna reassign those 3 divisions from up here in Mark Clark's army. And then we're just gonna go ahead and quickly declare war on Denmark. We're already in an offensive war, so this shouldn't affect our war goals. And we'll just go ahead and wait for them to plan just a bit, because I should have waited for them to plan. Looks like a bunch of their divisions are not in place. That was smart. I'm a huge hero, a real king hero over here. In fact, we have a bunch still coming over from the United States, which is a little weird. Anyway, well, that's not. I don't know. I don't want to wait for them. Let's hit the go button here. So we're pushing forward on all fronts. We're actually having surprisingly unimpressive results over in this zone. Kind of thought we would be experiencing a lot of success in the warplace over here. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. It's a process. It's a process. Let's go ahead and get some air forces deployed up here to make sure that we've got air superiority. Do I have any spare CAS? I do have some. These are heavy fighters. Where are my bombers located at? They're all here. Let's grab a few of these units, pull them over to Holland, and have them deploy to the Jutland Peninsula so that we can have a successful advance there without much of a problem. We are continuing to move forward here. Very good. Denmark often has some problems with frontage as you get fronts going, but I think, particularly with losing fronts over here on the losing island fronts, but I think we should be good to go. I'm overall pretty optimistic about Denmark, and we're actually forward into Poland already, which makes me really happy. We've encircled Berlin here, and we are... This is another pork barrel politics thing. Infrastructure in Maryland, that sounds like something the people should decide about. Again, I'm not doing much corruption right now, because there's just not all that much to get out of it all. I'll grab one division and try to clear out that front. We'll grab 2 divisions and try to clear out that front. We do have Berlin, so we're about to get a delightful little event here. Aren't we? Aren't we? No fall of Berlin event. Interesting. Hitler kill himself? Hitler didn't kill himself. That's wild. I was kind of hoping we'd have a dead Hitler over here. Okay, we did have some unfortunate front chicanery in this zone. So we'll go ahead and assign some divisions here. We got another front that needs to be assigned here. And we got some divisions that need to be assigned there. And we're going to go ahead and click this go button again. And these divisions should, for Pete's sake. Here. Get these divisions attacking here as well. We'll hit that go button. Get going. Get going, boy. Oh, Christ. Alright, well, we'll do it manually.
Yes, sir. All in.
So this is what I meant by front chicanery. There's just a lot of situations where you can get units not going where they're supposed to be going. Because of one thing or another.
Ready.
Right, these units on the way.
Keep on attacking.
Getting to Copenhagen. It's very important to have enemy divisions in Copenhagen be pretty worn down by the time you get there, because Copenhagen is a fantastically fortifiable location. I know I'm kind of ignoring the main front here, but it's just so funny to me that I can that I'm basically shoving through Germany with my entire army without having a problem, and I think that's delightful. Yeah, no capture Berlin event. That's a shocking one. Alright, so that has caused these units to go to visit Sweden, I think. Which is offering them access, but I think they're going to lose their ability to have access in a second. Perfect. And that has been the end of those units. Perfect. A very successful operation. So let's go ahead and get J. Lawton Collins' army assigned over here. And once they're there,
Yes, sir.
We'll go ahead and reorient our armored force to being active in this zone. With that having been said, though, I think we are... Yeah, we're actually way over time. So that'll be the end of this episode. We've made a lot of good progress. We liberated Norway and Denmark. We took Berlin. We're pushing into southern and eastern Germany. We finished out the... we've pretty much finished out the liberation of Italy, at which point we're going to transfer some forces over to the Balkan front. In fact, actually, let me do that before I forget, because I've got a lot of divisions I could deploy in that zone,
All in.
including General Rose's army. I completely forgot that I'd planned a whole other marine action as well. So, we'll get those guys going here, and we'll get this going this way, and we'll finish that stuff out next episode. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.